had to privilege and collaborate with a multidisciplinary expert, create a strategic partnership, and translate idea to concretely action. I'm constantly inspired by opportunity for networking and sharing expertise because I firmly believe that the strength of the collection vision can shape a better future. Motivate me to continue learning, growing and pushing the boundary of innovation. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Dumbia. I hope I got that correct. Yes, thank you very much. So now we're moving to the key to this panel session, and for our panel session, we'll be having we'll have Tabe Brandon, representative of Green Sphere from Cameroon. We'll be having Breakthrough Onyechi Chikere from founder of the Clothes Tales Nigeria. And we have Fancy Stephanie, representative of the Greenpeace Cameroon. And then we'll be having Simu Ben, CEO of the Eco-Friendly Generation from Cameroon. And then Matthias Akwata, representative of the Ideal Planet Cameroon. Do we have our panelists here, please? Kindly signify if you're here, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. This is Matthias representing the Ideal Planet from Cameroon.
Oh, sorry, we can't see you. We can't see you.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. Is that okay?
Okay, yes. Matthias, yes, please carry on. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for a program like this. Actually, I think through a program like this, many are going to be impacted. We are going to be impacted, and after this, with all the knowledge and everything, our societies, I think, are not going to be the same, because when we look at the issue of waste in Africa, it is a call for concern, and looking at the impact that it creates in the lives of people, especially as far as climate is concerned. But I believe that this topic is not just on it's not climate focused only. It is so diverse. It has a great impact on climate change. It has a great impact on our economy. We have the linear economy, which is, that economy that things are produced and they are used and disposed of. And there's no second plan for it. There is no recycling plan for it and all of that. So people are looking for new things, new things from new products, from new raw materials. But the idea of a circular economy is that kind of a recycling idea where something is used and it should be able to be reused and reused and reused and reused. That's something that we practice very little, especially in Africa, especially in Cameroon. I don't know about other nations, but I think the rate, or the extent to which we reuse our materials here, our waste here, is very low. That's why you go to every street, or to every town, you're going to find heaps of waste, plastic, textile, and all sort of waste there, because there is no renewable idea or strategy that has been made available for these things to come in place. So bringing up stuff like this, and I think a program like this, where we can bring up ideas on how we can reduce we can transform these raw materials into we can transform this waste into materials that can be used again is pretty very good. So we are experiencing a very high level of unemployment. And if we embrace this system of waste management for circular economy, I think it's going to address the issue of unemployment so well. Because take for instance, a small country like Cameroon, not as big in population as Nigeria with hundreds of millions of people. We are small, but yet we are unable to make available jobs for the few persons that are available in the country. And we sat down, we actually determined, we estimated, we tried to calculate to see how this thing, circular waste management for a circular economy can actually play a role to address the issue of unemployment. And we saw that it could solve even up to 20%, going to 30% of the unemployment issue we have in this country. And how can that be? Every waste we reach out to a certain organization, and we realize that this man with this organ can actually recycle all sort of waste. If I tell you, all waste from the hairs on your head to your cloth to everything. I mean, there's nothing he cannot recycle. And so when I try to ask him why we still have a lot of waste on the street, and he told me it's because one, there are very few persons. Actually, his organ is very small, that his organ cannot manage this number of persons, cannot manage this number of waste that is made on the street. And so there are few persons, and also they need resources. They also need resources. These are areas that I think we can channel resources to. If we discover that there are people who can recycle all these things, what is going to take us, the money that maybe we waste on some stuff, we can sort out people like these and help them train many more other persons who can, handle the waste that we have around us. And encourage more persons, university graduates, and other persons to join, the train, because it is better. I don't know. There's a lot of unemployment, and yet people don't even know what to do. There's the issue of they don't know what to do before knowing, and then they feel that this is not a good thing. But so if we sort out people that are able to do something as far as waste is concerned in our society, and motivate them, and give them the resources, and bring out others to learn from them, then we are going to solve some of these issues of waste management, or waste mismanagement in our society. We need to be sick. Our economy needs to grow, and it cannot grow if the system is dirty. If you enter into a city and it is thinking it is dirty, you cannot be productive in that city. You will be sick and all of that. So waste is a very important is a very important subject that it should be handled with so much so much care and very fast, that we should invest into it as we want to invest in industry. That's actually an industrial sector. Waste management can open up industries in our society a lot. So the Ideal Planet actually is trying to work on a plan on how in Cameroon, we want to start small first. We want to start with our region. I live in one of in the northwest region of Cameroon, Bamenda, for those who know Cameroon. So we are trying to look at how we can properly address the issue of waste here, not just to take it out from the street, but to also get people employed through this management system. So we are looking at how people can be employed, like I earlier just shared, by sourcing out people that can manage this waste, can recycle this waste, and then getting others to learn and giving them, making available this waste for them. One issue with it is that It's very difficult. Like I asked this person, what is another difficulty he asked was, you know, when you go to a trash can, to a bin where you have all sort of nasty things there, you have textile, you have all sort of waste there. It's difficult for you to select, for you to you know, to pull out the particular waste that you want there. But if these things are sorted out, and for these people to just have it, work will be very easy for them to do that. And it's very, very possible for us, for the government, for, you know, for the authorities to do this, to sort out this waste. It's very easy, and you know, for them to sort out this waste, and also to educate people in homes. So the idea is not just for the street, but also waste management beginning from home. There needs to be a sensitization. There needs to be you know, we need to educate people in homes how to manage their waste, discourage them of, you know, of wrong waste management. There's a lot actually I think we have to do as far as environmentalists are concerned, and people who are who are environmentalists or conscious. There's a lot for us to do, and for us to do this, it starts from a platform like this, that we share ideas and we come together. Even after this, we partner, we try to look at what are you doing there and what are you doing there. I can't really say much now about this, but I think maybe in subsequent meetings and all of that, and as we implement this thing in Cameroon, I think we're going to have the opportunity to share with so many other persons in different countries. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mathias.
very much, Matthias. Thank you. That was insightful. You were able to bring towards them. You were able to educate us. That was really, really good and very easy to understand. Thank you very much. Okay, right now we're moving to Onyechi Chikere from Nigeria. Yes, we have her here. Yes, please carry on. We want to hear from you. Thank you.
Hi, good day, everyone. My name is Chikere Onyechi, and I'm the founder of Closet Sales. And at Closet Sales, what we actually do is we work with textile waste. The idea around textile waste was to provide facilities, and not just provide facilities, to get individuals to participate in the circular economy and the green economy. So at Closet Sales, we do the collection of textile waste. We have our platform, our marketplace, where people can buy and resell. And more than that, there is the renting end, there is the repair end, there's the upcycling end. Then we work with partners to recycle this textile waste here in Nigeria. And when we talk about the conversation around waste management, I think when we talk about it in line with climate change, we talk about it as just one of those accessories conversation, just part of those things we should just add in the conversation. And it's more than that. And that's why one of the reasons why we actually push for awareness, because we talk about waste management. There's a lot of gap in knowledge for manufacturers, for the users, the consumers, and just everybody that is in that value chain. There's a lot of knowledge gap, and a lot of change can happen if there is no conversation, education, and all of that. So at Closet Sales, one of the things we try to push for is to educate people. If people don't know the issues or the consequence of their actions, they really won't put that, they won't put energy, and they won't want to change what they've grown up to see, because we want to also see the cultural part of this. We're in a society where things like in Nigeria, right? I don't know for other African countries, but here in Nigeria, when you buy new things, there's a lot of prestige to that compared to when you buy things that have been used before. There's a lot of prestige to that when you buy new things than when you buy recycled things and upcycled things. There are cultural conversations, and we can't wake up one morning and say, "Oh, everybody join the waste management conversation," but we also have to see the part of raising awareness, which is one of the key things we want to put out there. We want to let people know that these are the issues in this sector. In short, across all of the value chain of manufacturing and production, there is waste generated. Aside from fashion, in short, most of the conversation that happens here is just plastic. And in Africa, we always want to wait for the noise to happen outside, then later we start catching up. So we still have the waste part that's on plastic that is being conversated, and people are trying to do something in that direction. But across all of our manufacturing companies, industries, there is always waste generated. So we want to first of all let people get aware of what these issues are. Why do we need to manage the waste? The economic impact of this, the environmental impact of this, and the social impact of this. And then we now break that down to letting people understand the opportunities, right? Oh, don't do this, right? If you drop your plastic in the gutter, it's going to block the drainage, and when flood comes, it's going to cause more issues. But more than not doing this, there are opportunities of you picking that plastic and doing something to it, right? If you wear a dress and you don't want to wear it anymore, there's no need throwing it away. You can give it out to someone else to wear it, and we have to now conserve our resources so that we don't have to make more waste. So because there is demand, fast fashion, and all of that, the conversation is actually large. But what I want to talk about is just the creating awareness. Then after creating awareness, we want to let people know that there are opportunities here. There is an opportunity for you to start your business. There's an opportunity for you to be a business developer in the waste management industry, in the circular economy. There's an opportunity there. There's an opportunity for you to be an operations person in waste management. There is money to be made in this place. There is a career to be built in this place. I think when we approach it from that end, people would also understand that this is not just a CSR, right? People see it as a CSR. It's not a CSR, it's an economy on its own, which is worth over billions of dollars, right? We want to see make people see that opportunity. And then when you've done that, you've done your awareness, they've seen the opportunity, you provide a platform for them to participate, because we can just talk, and if there's no platform for you to participate, if there's no platform for you to even try out these things, right, you're not able to do anything. So we provide those platforms for them to actually participate. And by someone says she can't hear anything. So, and by getting that platform there for them to participate, we will get a lot of attention, we get a lot of traction, and we'll be able to start driving down the numbers. Because when it comes to waste management, we've not scratched the surface of it. In the African countries, in the developing countries that are coming up, we've not scratched the surface. There are a lot of things to be tapped from the downcycling end. The collection is a lot of money, a lot of career goes on there. There's the recycling part, there's the awareness part, there's the downcycling part, there's the upcycling part, there's the recycling part, and all of this is not just conversations. There are science to it, there are jobs, there are a lot of things, and we want people to understand that the life, like the earth and the planet we are living in, we need to sustain it. We need them to understand that while you're doing this, there is a bigger dream, there's a bigger goal, right? Apart from the money, we also want to ensure that our planet is secured. We want to reduce the pollution, we want to conserve resources, and we want to protect wildlife. So on my own end, I always feel that more than just saying, oh, climate change and all of this, waste management, we need to push a lot more awareness locally. And I'm happy for this kind of initiative that we're already having these conversations. But more than that, there's a lot of awareness that needs to happen. Nothing changes without people understanding. And awareness is going to be a consistent thing. It's going to happen over and over again. It's not a one-time thing. You don't say it today and then just think that everybody knows about it and you move on. Because we've seen that happen in our business, right? You have people who just come to shop secondhand, and over a period of time, when they've seen the conversations we have on a social media platform and their email address, you see people asking, okay, I have something, can I sell it? I have something, can I rent it? I have something, can I swap it? And that's because there is a platform. So we don't just create awareness, we are not just saying do this, we are creating a platform for them to actually participate. So for anybody or for any organization that wants to go through that route, there's a value chain along that. There is not a one thing. You can't pick one part of it and just leave the rest. You have to see the end to end, that people know, they understand, and they can participate. And I think by doing that, we'll be able to get a lot of results, and a lot of change would happen in that direction. Thank you.
Oh, great. Thank you very much, Onyinyechi. Thank you very much. That was insightful too. Having to make us understand that we should see it from the different aspects, not just maintain one space, and then we emphasize on awareness and not just a one-time mention. Yes. So now we'd love to have our other panelist. I don't know if she's here. That is. Okay, please hold on. Is Tabe Brandon from representative of Greensphere from Cameroon. Is he here, please? We'd love to have you now. Tabi Brandon from Cameroon. We'd love to hear from you now. Are you here, please? Okay. Let's have Sharona Schneider. I hope I got that correct. Please pardon me. Sharona Schneider, please carry on. Thank you.
Hi, so I'm Sharona. I started the Global Movement Tuesdays for Trash. It's a grassroots initiative that encourages people around the world to dedicate time every week to cleaning up their communities. What started as me and a friend has turned into people in 40 countries that participate every week, and over 40,000 pounds of trash we've been able to remove simply by showing that there is a problem and there's something you can do, which is as simple as picking up trash and encouraging other people to do it. The point of the movement isn't just to pick up trash and then it goes into the landfill. The point is to mobilize people and to educate them on what kinds of trash we're seeing in our communities, to try and create a mindset of caring for our environment and recognizing that our home isn't just our backyard, it's everywhere we go on the planet. And also showing others that it's our responsibility to respect and protect and care for our environment, because if our environment isn't healthy or clean, then neither are we. And what we've seen is that a lot of the times trash is found in marginalized and poor communities because there's no municipality infrastructure, especially in vulnerable regions in Africa. We see that a lot of the trash is either burned or just left where it is, and there's no removal, there's no proper practice for it, which obviously when it's burned, it's not only bad for the environment, but it's also bad for the health of the people in that community. So the important thing that we have to address when it comes to trash is not only raising awareness for how bad the problem is and the crisis that we're seeing, and even in more developed parts of the world like America, there is still trash in every community. And instead of trying to push the idea of recycling and being able to reuse the waste that we're seeing, we have to encourage people to reduce waste in the first place, because the only things that are truly recyclable are glass and aluminum, and plastic is something that we really have to phase out, and focus on advocating for more sustainable alternatives, which require our governments to subsidize, because obviously plastic is one of the cheapest, most durable materials that people have access to, but there are so many alternatives that if we were able to make it cheaper to choose the right option, then people would be switching very easily, and actually favoring doing the more sustainable thing. So the movement really is more of a mobilization. It's trying to get people to feel like they're not alone in this fight, and engage the everyday person, because everybody can pick up trash. All it takes is going outside and paying attention. And from that, we're able to start creating local heroes who can be agents in their community and start getting others involved to address the problem, because waste is one of the foundational issues when it comes to the climate crisis. It's one of the easiest things that we can tackle. It's beneficial for everyone, not just humans, but also wildlife and the different ecosystems that are threatened by waste and trash. And so the more that we can mobilize and get people to, from a young age, not litter or trash their community, and to have these systems where they can put the trash if needed, if it's not something that can be reduced, the more that we can focus on more important issues when it comes to the climate, like the extreme weather events that we're seeing around the world, especially in Africa, where there's even more of a lack of infrastructure to deal with floods, with drought, with all of the different impacts that happen alongside the climate crisis.
Well, so Sharona, looking at the name of your foundation. I mean, you are the founder of Tuesdays for Trash. I'm interested. I want to know Tuesdays for Trash. How does it work? How can you tell us about this organization of yours?
Yeah, so the movement is a really, really simple idea. It's just going out in your community on Tuesday, picking up trash, posting on social media, and encouraging other people to do the same. So simply by doing that, the movement began in COVID. Me and a friend picking up trash at our university. We posted on social media. We encourage our friends to join. And now we have 14 chapters around the world. And like I said, people from 40 countries have participated, and we've helped collectively remove over 40,000 pounds of trash. So the whole point of it isn't, like pick up trash, you save the planet. The whole point is to create this community to get people mobilized and paying attention to the problem. So if you search Tuesdays for Trash on any social media, you'll find our platform. And also we have a website where people can contact us if you want to start a chapter. We have a chapter in Kenya, and in Turkey, Jordan, Israel, America, Canada, all over the world.
Wow, that is really good, really good. So, if you don't mind my asking, what inspired the idea for Tuesday for Trash? Yes, please.
Yeah, it was during a time when we were in lockdown with COVID, and I just started getting into activism, and I didn't want to just sit at home and do nothing and pretend like the climate crisis wasn't still going on. So I tried to think of what's the simplest, easiest thing I could do to make a difference, to be outside, to do something positive in my community, and it was picking up trash. And I think that's the beauty of the movement, is that it's something anyone in the world can participate in. It's such a simple thing, but if you think about it, one piece of trash, if everyone in the world picked up one piece of trash, that's 7 billion pieces of trash, no longer polluting our environment, endangering wildlife and the health of our communities. And it creates a behavioral shift. Like, there's a psychological aspect to littering. Once you start understanding the impact it has, whether it's with plastic or just simply going to the beach and seeing trash, it really affects you emotionally. And it's a sort of therapy as well. It's exercise. It's a way to bond with your friends. And the whole point for me was to be able to look back and say I did everything I could. And starting with this small building block that allows us to address the larger issues that come with the climate crisis.
Oh, great. So thank you very much, Sharona. If you're interested in volunteering or being a part of Tuesday for Trash, we would like for Sharona, please drop a link that can help in participation for every others that be interested in participating in working alongside Tuesdays for Trash. And according to what Sharona said, I really agree to what she says, that if everybody across the globe picks up trash, it is equal to 7 billion pieces of trash that we picked, and that is a better way of fighting all of this that we are here for. So yes, thank you very much, Sharona. Thank you. Sabo Dumbia, I don't know why I keep missing your name. So yeah, I see that you are raising your hand. Yes, you were raising your hand.
You hear me?
Yes, I
Yeah,
can hear you.
because I received some calls, so I left and I left my hand for Hadith.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I say I left 10 minutes for I received some call. It is why I hold out my hand to add for post.
Okay. So if you have any question for any of the speakers, please note them down in the chat room. Note those questions down. We are definitely going to respond to it. Or if you want to address your question to any of the panelists that have spoken, please note the questions down, and the panelists will be here to respond to it. So Matthias Akwata, I hope I got that correct, your name. Is it still here with us?
I have some data for waste management. What is a main question about this? I start my presentation. So I want to talk about this subject. With waste management, it is not a problem just in West Africa. It is a world problem now. So, and our first question, it was how can management, how waste management practice be reimagined to support the transit to circular economy. I think The reimagining waste management practice to support the transition to a circular economy is a critical step in promoting sustainable and reduce environmental impact. A circular economy has to minimize waste and maximize the resource efficiencies and promote reuse and recycle objects. We have a key principle and strategy for design waste management system that align with this concept. A design of sustainable encourage the design of products and packaging that are durability repair. Because I am also actor for environmental, but our produce and our example, our table, what we will make with wash, it is not a good design. Okay, it was stopped. Do you hear me? Will we stop?
Yes, I can hear you.
It will not be the design of our, not our, just our me, but more actor for environmental products. It is not correctly. So how we can introduce this our product in market and have it in community people to buy this. This is a main cake, I think, for me to make a good practice for design of sustainability. Reduce and refuse priorities which reduce truck source, reduce and reuse of projects. Promote strategy like renting, sharing, and refurbish to extend the last expand product, I think. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sabo. Please help me with the pronunciation of your name again. I do not want to make a mistake.
Sabo, it is Sabo. You can just say Sabo.
Sabo, okay, great, Sabo. So is Matthias still here, Matthias?
Yes, Matthias is there.
Oh, great, Matthias is here. So before we move to Matthias, please note that if you do have any question, please type them out in the chat room and we'll be sure to address those questions. Thank you very much. And I hope that we are fully following and we are actively participating in every of the things we are doing here. And we are paying attention to every of the things our panelists have to say to us. So yes, Matthias, representative from the Ideal Planet Cameroon. Can you tell us about the Ideal Planet Cameroon?
Okay, the Ideal Planet actually is a platform that we advocate for environmental sustainability, climate change related issues. You know, it is not so long that we started that, but it has been doing a lot in the around our region now. We actually, the focus was one of the things that birthed the Ideal Planet was actually waste, the mismanagement of waste in our society. So we saw that this waste mismanagement affects climate, it affects our economy in every way. It affects our economy in every way. So the Ideal Planet was birthed from that point to address this issue, to make sure to bring up ideas on how people can properly manage not just waste but everything that we do that doesn't make our economy sustainable. So so if you get to our platform, I've shared the link on our Facebook link. If you get to the platform, you will see that we are not limited to waste. We are also covering on water issues. You know, in society, we are covering on climate issues in our society, like trees and all of that, plants and all of that, birds. We are somehow environmentally centered. We also work with organizations that are doing this around us. We profile them and on our pages too. And we also have a YouTube channel that we show all these things.
Great, thank you very much, Matthias. Thank you very much. So if you would love to be a part of that, of the Ideal Planet, please, I think Matthias has dropped the link to to viewing their platform. Okay, so here's a question. How can the issue of littering be dealt with after several fruitless efforts of environmental campaigns and advocacy? I'll come again. How can the issue of littering be dealt with after several fruitless efforts of environmental campaigns and advocacy? I think I'll like Sharona. Is she still here? I want all of my panelists to answer this question, but firstly, I'd love Sharona to attend to this question. Yes, would you love me to come again?
No,
Or it's okay?
yeah, I heard.
Okay.
I think it's an educational issue because littering is something that's taught. People don't litter like from when they're born. They see it done and they view it as acceptable. And it's something that we have to make unacceptable again. And I think the more people understand the impact that littering has, then the less inclined they would be to do it. Because when you understand that what you throw away doesn't just, stay on the ground where it is, usually it gets washed away into our water systems. In our water systems, everything is connected to the ocean, to the sea. The animals that we eat then contain plastic and we eat the plastic. And we're now seeing that plastic is not only found in our bloodstream and the placenta of unborn children, but it's also in the air we breathe. It's in the deepest parts of the ocean, it's at the top of Mount Everest. So if people can understand the impact that even one single piece of plastic ending up on the ground, in the ocean, in our water systems, in us, has, then they would, I think, be less inclined to litter. I think it's a young generation that not only has a responsibility to understand this, but has to be taught from a young age, because once you're older, people don't really want to change. They see, this behavioral shift as inconvenient. It's harder to convince them. But a child who grows up understanding this concept will forever not litter. They will teach everyone around them not to litter. They will shame people that litter. So I think that's where it has to start.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do I still have Onyinyechi here? Is she still here, please? Okay. Onyinyechi is not here. Before we come back okay, she's out. Before we come back for my panelists to answer that question, I think we have our other panelists here. We have our other panelists here. Tabe Brandon, can you please signify, please? Tabe Brandon. Tabe Brandon, please, we are waiting for you. Okay, I don't think he is with us. I don't think he's actively with us. Okay, Matthias, to the question, please. I'm sorry. So the question, would you like me to come again or it's clear?
Just come again, please. Thank you.
Okay, great. So it says, how can the issue of littering be dealt with after several fruitless efforts of environmental campaigns and advocacy?
Okay. I think a lot has been done as far as sensitization is concerned. And I think we just have to keep up with that, because if one person has known it, there's just another person who hasn't heard or hasn't known it. So it's important that we keep on sensitizing the people. That one is the theory, like we call it theory. You keep on talking, and we really have to keep doing these, breaking, because I want to say that one of the reasons why it is not this so effective is because we are not even getting to the people we are supposed to have gotten to them. For instance, we are on this platform and we are talking about waste and all of that. The real people that mess up the society they don't have the opportunity to be on platforms like these. They are in the markets, they are on the streets. So we should be looking at how we can meet these people on the street. We should be looking at how we can meet these people in the market. And we should be looking at how we can meet these people in their homes. So why don't we go through? I suggest that our sensitization should just go beyond at meetings like this, and we should create programs in our local radio stations, where we sound it every day. We sound these things every day. We sound, and now before we sound it like that, there should be lay out, procedures or steps on. If you don't want people to leader, what should they do? Okay, where should I throw this trash? Actually, if you look at my bag, you will actually see a lot of plastics inside, like papers. When I get something outside, I'll either put it in my pocket or I put it in my bag. And now the question is, when you put it in your pocket or your bag, where do you take it to? I'll obviously take it home, where one, I will burn it, which is a wrong method, or I will throw it in a pit, which is also a wrong method. So though I try to practice it even, but I'm not practicing it well, the end is not perfect. So we need to lay down, steps on how we can properly manage this and then that'll be easy if we tell people that, okay, don't throw on the street. If you don't have to throw on the street, this is what you have to do, and this is what you have to do. These steps have to be laid out. That's why earlier I said we're actually working on a program on how we can completely recycle that, even beginning from homes. When you have a plastic in the house, for you to burn it, you'll be so much afraid of it. We cannot do this ourselves. The government needs to get involved. In Cameroon, there are some areas, I don't know in other areas, but in Cameroon, there are areas where there's a ban. You see, they say if you throw dirt here, you're going to pay 25,000, which is something like $50 or something like that. So there are those bans, but a single piece of paper you cannot be punished for that. Somehow it always comes where you have to do something huge and something like that. But I think that laws like that should be reinforced. The government should come with such laws, and not just those laws, but they should be laid down procedures. Okay, in your home, this is what you do with your plastics. We are ready to collect it, and this is what we are going to do. It should be laid down. Everybody should be able to reuse this thing for their own betterment. I think if that is done, the issue of what do you do with what you have, or the plastic you have, or the waste you have, is going to be solved so easily.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So that the government should implement laws against that and be firm on those laws. Okay, that was really insightful. Thank you, profound. So now, if it is that we have another panelist here, please pardon my pronunciation, but Zelamunyu Gisley, the youth team leader of EcoBridge. I am sorry, I'm not pronouncing this correct, but can you signify, please? Is he here with us?
Hello, I'm the one Zelamunyu Gisley Simoben.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
I said, good afternoon, everyone. I am Zelamunyu Gisley Simoben, the youth team leader of Eco-Friendly Generation.
Okay, can you help us to be audible enough? We can't hear you clearly enough. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I said I am Zelamunyu Gisley Simoben, the youth team leader of Eco-Friendly Generation. So
great. Okay, so please carry on. We'd love to hear from you.
Pardon, I can't
I'm
hear
sorry.
you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so please carry on. We would love to hear from you.
Okay, I said I'm the youth team leader of Eco-Friendly Generation, which is a common initiative group made up of 6 young change makers, and we focus at making eco-friendly activity. We focus to promote eco-friendly activities in our environment. We also promote income generating opportunities for youth and women. We equally recycle waste plastic bottles and valorize them. That is, we convert them to growing pots to do urban gardening. We are equally involved in poultry production, and we use fowl droppings which we collect from our poultry farm and mix it with soil to do urban gardening. And after collecting waste plastic bottles that pollute our environment, we cut them into 2 equal halves, boreholes on them, and then we mix soil and manure and fill in these plastic bottles. After filling, we now grow our garden crops. We do this in order to reduce the waste that is being generated in our environment. And for something like the pests and diseases, we planting in plastic bottles, and even planting in plastic bottles reduces the disease spread, because in each plastic bottle we plant a plant in each plastic bottle. And for the length of time we have been working, that is 9 months, we have nursed about 2,000 pepper seedlings and supplied to Kamji, who supply to Kamji, who we work in partner with. And after that, who work in partner with, and we use it, and who work in partner with, and with this activity we help them to promote agroforestry. Thank you.
Oh, so sorry about that. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for that information. Yes. So there is a question I would like to address to you. I don't know if you are ready to answer.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, great. So a question came in earlier, and pardon me, please. The question it goes thus. It says, how can the issue of littering be dealt with after several fruitless efforts of environmental campaigns and advocacy? How would you love to answer that, sir?
Please, can you rephrase the sentence again, the question again, please?
Okay, great. I'll do just that. Okay. So the question says, how can the issue of littering be dealt with after several fruitless efforts of the environmental campaigns and advocacy?
Before leaching of waste, before you can do that, we need to first of all start at our household levels, because right at our household level, that is where most of this waste is being generated. And we can change our mindset from what we are doing, like plastics, like most often in our community, plastic bottles are waste, and when they are excess, they collect and either they burn or they dispose them in the environment. So I think for bringing my own ideas, I think for me, we can start by reshaping our mindset or ideas. We can create like cans in which one we can sort out waste that are non-decomposable or non-biodegradable, and fill in these cans, which we can now take and pass it to the community council for better management. Then for things like organic waste or kitchen waste, which are biodegradable, we can use it to do compost. And using it to do compost, you can also as well start urban gardening using plastics, because with urban gardening we do not need we do not require a large amount of space to start, and we can convert these plastic bottles to growing pots. And this will also permit us to prevent the creation or the production or manufacturing of new virgin growing pots. So that's my own way I think we can manage this issue of littering.
Great.
Actually, I'm on the right.
Great. Thank you very much. Can you please help me with the pronunciation of your name again? I do not want to pronounce it wrongly.
Zilamonia Island.
Okay, I'm still not getting. but then thank you very much. I wouldn't want to pronounce your name wrongly. Thank you for that. So you're able to make mention that we change our mindset, and then Matthias was able to make mention that the government implement laws about it, and then we firm on it, and then we're supposed to have our other panel speaker here, but it seems like he's experiencing technical issues. Okay, so I've been waiting for several years. We had a question. Are you here with us, please?
Which question? The same question. What?
Okay, so the question is, how can the issue of littering be dealt with after several fruitless efforts of environmental campaigns and advocacy? Is that clear enough?
Okay. I think it is probably same what who speaks yearly before me, Machas, or he say it is we need a changement for mindset. This is main problems, I think, also. And for added, I think we have more example for circular economy program, what is working, not in Africa, but we have example Netherlands economy circle, or Swiss. We have more country of Europe. It is we have a good economy circular management working. So what we can do here in Africa, in our community, exactly and concretely to do, I think we need to stop balancing the need for waste reduce with sustainable production and consumption in circular economy environment. How? Sustainable design, ensuring that products are designed for longevity, repairability, and recyclability, reduce waste generations. Consumption awareness, educate consumers about the environmental impact of their shoes, encouraging responsible consumption. This point it is important because in EcoBuild my organization, I make some project about education with a school. We start in first to ninth classroom. We educate the children to how can make a best practice with waste management. And this is important because these children was mean adults for tomorrow before nearly 10 years or 20 years. So educating customer about the environmental impact, this is many important. And eco-friendly material and process, using sustainable material and produce method to minimize waste and resource use. Not stop, but reduce to use the plastic and use paper or another material we can sustainable. Change and barrier implemented circular waste management system includes, I think. And we have also customer behavior, shifting customer behavior to reuse and recycling can be challenged. Public hours company and incentive can help. In all community in West Africa, we have more company. It is not interested and implicate to waste management or impact for environmental. So how we can do for our actor, you need to make a program to implicate and invite all companies to participate to waste management reduce. And we have also technology and innovation. I think technology can do more own for waste management, and we can do better than we can do now. Now we have a GPT, we have a more program for technology. We have more solution how we can adapt and how we can how we can innovate into develop and implement a new technology and process for waste management can be costly and it requires collaboration between the public and private sector, not only one organization or two organizations. We need between public and private sector. They overcome this challenge, government, business, and community must work together, invest in research and infrastructure, and commit to the principle of a circular policy. Regulation and incentive can also play a crucial role in promoting this circular waste management system, I think. Thank you.
So yes, thank you very much. Thank you, Sabu. Thank you to all our amazing speakers, our panelists, and our keynote speaker. You did amazingly well, and thank you for educating us this much. It's a privilege and it's a pleasure to have you here, educate us, and lead this game-changing squad, as I love to call it, because we're not just attendees, we are game-changing squad. We're working towards the change. So thank you very much, everybody, for participating in this session. But before we bring this session to a close, our last panelist is here, Tabe Unjumi. He was experiencing a bit of technical issues. I hope you can hear me now. Tabe Unjumi. Oh, great.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
I would like to apologize for the technical issues I was experiencing. I think it's stable now. All right, so I'm called Tabe Brandon, and I'm from the south of Cameroon. I'm the founder of Greensphere Cameroon, which is an enterprise that leverages on waste recovery solutions. Basically, our goal is to provide solutions to waste issues in our community, and by producing environmentally sound products that helps to meet the needs of the rural.
I think we have problems with connection.
Yes, I think he has a problem with his connection. Okay, so as it is, we'll be bringing session 8 to a close as we'll be moving on to session 9. So yes, is he here? Okay, so while we move to session 9, I'd love for us to do this again. There was this activity I told us to do at the beginning of this event today, and that was that we all take the flyers of this event and then post it across our social media platforms and then tag the My Foundation and West Africa Sustainability Week. So I'd love for us to do that. If we truly agree to be a game changer,